So I don't make videos like this, right? Uh, I say that every time I make a video, that's just me talking. So I think I'm pretty much making videos like this by now. As you read from the title, I got a copyright strike. Now I have a very small channel, so it's not that deep. To be fair, 22 December, I made a video, uh, reacting to scary videos. It was supposed to be like a spooky, scary Sunday esque thing, which is, if you don't know, it's Tori Kenshin's series. I was trying to poke fun at him because like he hasn't posted in a while. He hasn't made one of those videos in a while, so it was kind of like a haha funny thing. But it did pretty decently, 70 views, which is not a lot, but for me that's good for my channel at least. And it did actually really well, and I was really proud of it. Almost a week ago, on the 17th of January, which it was Saturday, I got a not so fun notification from YouTube telling me that my video has been deleted and that I had been issued a copyright strike. At first, I was absolutely shitting bricks. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And ever since then, by the way, ever since then, every time I get a copyright, like if I get a copyright claim, even, or like I had, I think in my last 2 or 3 videos, I had like segments that were copyrighted, and I would, I did remove them. Right, it's not a big issue. I just remove them, and then you can keep going. It's no, it's like it's not a bad thing, right? Because they, make your video unavailable, unvisible. If you get a copyright, if you get copyrighted, if you get a copyright claim, that is completely fine. If you get a copyright claim, that just means that if you get monetization of the video, uh, the person whose content you've taken is legally allowed to take the benefit from your video, meaning that they get a cut of your paycheck off of that video. Since I'm not making money on YouTube, I'm not very worried about that. And I use some copyrighted content, some music, but it's copyright claims, right? It's never genuine copyright. If it's actual copyright, they will make the video unavailable, and you have to, well, cut the section out or trim it out, and then you're good to go. Not a big issue. A copyright strike, on the other hand, is way bigger of an issue because it takes your entire video down, and beyond that, it's uh, if you get 3 of them, your channel gets completely deleted. Now, after 90 days, they are removed. But here's the issue: copyright strikes, the reason they are so serious about copyright strikes is because it's a genuine legal matter, I guess you could say. Copyright strikes are issued when you steal somebody's content. Now, music in general usually gets copyright claimed or copyrighted, which again I've told you can easily get away around your way around it. And if you buy the rights to the music, you'll be fine. But copyright strike is kind of the same thing as me stealing somebody's content completely. I had the misfortune of including in my video a 1 minute clip, a 60-second clip, maybe 59 seconds or 58 seconds, like about a minute of me reacting to this random low video because I remembered that it was like a creepy pasta thingy, and I decided to watch a video of a rereading of it. The Now, to get into this, I want to say that I'm not trying to point fingers at anybody. I'm not trying to get into any legal things. I am not a professional. I don't know a single thing about this. I just did research after I got the claim, and this is all I know. So correct me if I'm wrong. First off, the video was Domino's Hell, which is a poem written in Japanese by a Japanese man, like 100 years ago or something like that. Let me even check. It's from the 1900s, so it's pretty old, right? And it's like a creepy little poem and stuff like that. Not a That doesn't really matter. What matters is that I reacted to some guy rereading this thing. I'm not going to name them. I don't want to get into any more troubles. And I ended up after after my video was up for over almost a month. After almost a month, I got a copyright strike from the guy because I had 6 seconds of his video which I was reacting to. Now I had other content creators' videos who I was reacting to, which was completely original content, like a product who is a very nice person, by the way, whose video I reacted to, and I got a comment. I mean them that they were thanking me for reacting to their video, which is heartwarming to the fullest degree. But also, that is completely original content. Product could potentially copyright strike me for reacting to their video because it was animated by them and it was made by them and it was it was completely made by them. It's an animation that I'm talking about. Is put it on screen, and they could copyright strike me for that. But here's the thing: technically, under YouTube's guidelines, reaction content is fair use. Now, this is a very meh thing. Like it's not even it's not set in stone. It's just it's a rule that can be bent pretty easily, right? Because reaction content is a very wide term. Like, what would you consider reaction content, right? There are reaction content creators like Sniper Wolf and many other who kind of just sit there and not say a single thing. I'm watching a 10-second clip or like a fucking 2-minute clip. Or there are others who might put a lot of effort into their reaction content, like, for example, as I said, Corey Kenshin with his Spooky Scary Sunday, which is, you know, very high energy, where he has these videos he's reacting to, but at the same time brings in his own energy, and it's a great use of reaction content, right? It's him changing up the content. But I reacted to the 60-second clip, and I didn't say a single word in that clip. I was, you know, I had my face cam and everything there. So if we're really, you know, going loosey goosey with the terms and like trying to twist our minds around it, technically it is still fair use. But it clearly didn't work, right? I reacted to that single video, not assuming a lot, and I, you know, didn't say a single word because I was like, it's 60 seconds. Why would I say anything for it? So in just 60 seconds, I'm going to just watch this, and like it was like such a small segment of my video, I completely forgot about it. Not a good idea. Maybe I should have, you know, said a couple more things. Maybe I shouldn't have even reacted to the video at all. Maybe I reacted to the wrong video. I did. That's pretty much the idea of this video. I looked into it. First off, I'm not gonna name the person, but they were rereading it. They were rereading Tomino's Hell, which is once again written by a Japanese poet, which is once again public domain. Anybody can read it. Anybody can have access to it, and anybody can, well, reread it for themselves or reread it on video themselves, and they will not get claimed because a person who died over 100 years ago is not going to claim your video. From what I've read, the person could copyright strike me for using their likeness, which could be their voice. For example, if they were rereading it, that would mean that maybe their voice was in the video, and they could use that as they could debate it. They could, well, debatably use that as a me using their likeness without their consent, which arguable, yes, absolutely. But from what it sounds like to me, the video is AI voiced. At least the vocal inflections and the emphasis, all of that, it sounds very AI-esque. Now, maybe it's just the shitty quality of this person's microphone or whatever they were doing, but the video does not sound like an actual person in here. Yeah, this is a actual AI voice. So there goes our second reasoning, which is me using their likeness, that I'm not. And also they are using public domain. They are transforming public domain by rereading it in English, but it's still public domain. So there goes really all the reasonings for me to get a copyright strike. One other thing I could see is that they have a podcast here, which is just their collection of these random readings of sad poetry and shit like that, which contains Tomino's Hell as well. And it's listed as a poetry podcast. So I'm assuming that, I guess, this could be a reason for them to copyright strike me, because I used because their video was a part of their larger podcast, maybe, and it's kind of their brand. And so maybe that, because otherwise, if that's if that is arguable or debatable, then maybe they, yes, that would make sense. Otherwise, I just got a copyright strike for no reason, for content that seems to be pretty much fair use. And why even? Actually, that's my next question. You see, if I would reread Domino's Hell as well in English, which, once again, anybody can translate it or find a translated version of it, and anybody can reread it. So if I reread it and then somebody reacts to my video, I as well, I guess, can copyright strike anybody, because they had my voice in it. Well, the only difference being that I actually use my actual voice and not AI voice. Yeah, I guess my bad. So, seeing this claim, right, I sent out an email to the person in question, and it's been almost a week, and I have gotten no replies. So I'm assuming that I'm never gonna get a reply, or maybe it's going to take a very long time. I've never written a email before, so this is a very unprofessional email that I sent. But I pretty much just said that hey, I just pretty much just told him that hey, I have this my YouTube channel called Cardo Remiri, and I've got a copyright strike from you, of course, and what video it was. It was the one of them reading Domino's Hell in English, and you know, when I wrote this email, I wasn't sure about the legality of it, but now looking back, I'm pretty sure I was in the right. So I was like, I wasn't unaware that your media was pretty much off hands. And I apologized for some reason, being like, hey, I'm sorry that I use your content without your consent. I did point out in my email as well that I thought that Domino's Hell is public domain and that anybody could use it. Uh, and so I just asked them that, hey, could you maybe give some feedback and we can talk about the use of this video? If you could do anything about the copyright strike and maybe get my video reestablished and I could cut out that segment. I've not got an email, and I assume I'm not going to get an email anytime soon. That sucks. It is what it is. I have 90 days until this copyright strike goes away, which by then I'll have like 20, 30 videos uploaded, so it's pretty much useless. But I just wanted to point out that I really don't get why I ever got a copyright strike for what seems to be completely fair use. And if it isn't, excuse me, if it is, then if there's any other content creators I could maybe contact about this, if anybody who with more knowledge on this or who's a bigger content creator has any knowledge about this, I would like to contact and talk to on about this person specifically, because if it is not fair use, or if it is fair use and I got a copyright strike for what seems to be no reason, I want to know what actions I could possibly take, or if there be a way to talk things out or contact somebody about this, because I just don't want to, accidentally stumble across the same person and get another copyright strike, or maybe have other people go down the same path as I did. Anyway, sad thing. I can't even dispute the strike because it requires my full legal address, and I am not willing to give anybody my full legal address, especially this random guy from I don't even know buttfuck India. It's not something I want to do right now. I don't even know who they are. I don't even know anything about their presence. They're like a 6,000 subscriber channel. I don't know who they are. But yeah, I really don't get this copyright strike. I really don't get why you would do this, the purpose of it even. Because I didn't even have a big video. It was 70 views. It's not like I had a fucking huge video. Maybe they have an automated system in place because of like branding or something like that, which would make sense. It's so minuscule of a act even then, right? My video had 70 views. This guy averages like 800 views. Where the fuck does my video have any use, right? Like it's, I don't know. Anyway, that would be it. It was kind of a yap sash. I'm just hoping I don't get any more copyright strikes, and I just hope that, you know, when the 90 days are over, my video will be reestablished, which doesn't really matter because I'll make many more of those kinds of content. I'm just a little scared that I am going to get another copyright strike. I'm trying to be a little more careful nowadays. Anyway, hopes for the best. Thank you guys for listening to me. Bye.